Hello, guys. Today I'm interviewing Dean Gardner. He is a pro boxer and he's 3 wins, 1 defeat, with 1 win by knockout. And he's back out Saturday, Tolworth Recreation Centre against Berman Sanchez. So, yeah. And my first question for you is, how did you get into boxing?
So from a kid, I started off in Taekwondo. So that was from like age to I would say about 6, all the way to 11. Um, Competed at a pretty high level, won some medals, won some tournaments. This was back when I was living in Thailand. I spent like half my life living in Thailand when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Um, After that, the mandatory thing to do after Taekwondo was Muay Thai, which is kickboxing, form of kickboxing. Um, Trained in that from 11 years old onwards. But when I moved back to the UK, the Thai boxing scene hadn't really taken off. There wasn't many clubs around and stuff like that. So I floated in and around sports for a little bit, but I was training. I did find a Thai boxing gym, but didn't compete too much. Reason
Mm-hmm.
being, I kept hurting my foot. Kept injuring my foot. Coming from the Taekwondo background, you score with the foot rather than the shin, which is what you're taught to throw your kicks with. Um, and then I found my way into boxing. Started unlicensed boxing because I kept injuring my foot.
Mm-hmm.
Thought I'd try my hand on that. I knocked 3 people out when I was boxing. I think it was the Queensbury Boxing League back when Ross Minter was on there.
Yeah.
And then yeah, never looked back. Decided to turn pro with Alec Wilkie, and
Yes.
that's
And
where
of
I am now.
course, you made your pro debut at York Hall, Bethnal Green, the 25th of June last year, 25th of June last year,
That's right. Yep, that's
against
right. I
Jordan
was on
Granham,
pro.
which we'll get onto your second fight in a minute, but your first one, you got a 40-36 win.
That's right. Yep, that is right. On my first fight, that fight was made at around 72 kilos, I believe, which is not my natural weight anyway. But we took the fight. It was a hard debut. Jordan Granham being a very good fighter. Um,
Did you feel
but yeah,
comfortable in that first fight with him?
I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. I'd say I felt comfortable enough. I mean, it was my debut. It was, it was. It's one of them things with your debut. There's so much pressure on you to perform. I feel like I did, and I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I did my job that night, and I feel
Well,
like
I
he
was
also did.
there. It was a good performance.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And then in October you had a fight against a very a tricky opponent, didn't you? We'll call him Gene because I can't say his surname, but Gene.
Yeah,
You
Dean.
beat him by a point on the scorecard. But I
Yeah, that
personally,
was.
I thought you had it a bit wider than that. But
It depends what you like. I mean, I was coming forward the whole fight. He was on the back foot the whole fight. He was catching me coming in, but I was catching him moving backwards.
I thought 58-56. So actually,
Yeah, I mean,
to you.
it depends what you like. It depends what you like. The main thing is I come away with a win.
Were you
But
pretty
for
confident at the end of the fight that you would get the win?
I was confident I did enough to win, but I wasn't happy with my performance. I feel like that was a very hard second fight and first 6 rounder to
Mm-hmm.
go into. He's a very awkward opponent, a game opponent, and yeah, I learned a lot from that fight. I learned that I'm not just gonna walk in there and have an easy night against
That's what you
anyone.
want, though, a hard opponent like him.
I think my start to pro boxing and the amount of experience I have already with the kind of opponents I've been in with, which we will get onto in a minute, I
Yeah.
feel like I've learned a lot more in 4 fights, sorry, than most people will learn in 10. I
Yeah.
genuinely believe that. I feel like I'm a seasoned pro because of what I've been through already. And I feel like that's going to put me in good stead when we start chasing titles.
100%, mate. And of course, you did rematch Jordan Granham. Why did you rematch him?
So it was a dinner show on a Monday around the Christmas
Bit of a
time.
strange time to have a fight on a Monday evening.
It was like a charity dinner show type thing. Ray Bear was scheduled to box on there, but and ended up pulling out. But Alec wanted to fill the space. I'm me being me. I wanted to fill that space for him. I'm always in the gym. I'm always training. I'm always ready. So
was he scheduled to fight Granham?
I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. I'm not sure who was scheduled to fight Granham.
Because I think he's fought Granham before as well.
Ray Bear did fight Granham. I think Ray also had his debut against Granham, I believe.
He did. I think, yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. He did indeed. So, yeah, he's no stranger to the Team Wilkie boys. Obviously, this fight was made a bit heavier. This fight was actually made at super middle, I believe. I was well far off that. I mean, you can check.
To be honest, I can't really speak on this fight because I haven't seen like any footage or anything.
To be honest with you, I thought I did enough to win as well. You've seen me box before. You know I come forward all night. You know I'll hammer away to the body, to the head. Yeah. I believe I did enough to win. The judge saw it the other way, and that's just boxing.
Because on your post, you said you thought you won 3 rounds, and you said he won 1.
Well, I believe I definitely won. I would say he started very strong, winning the first. I would say I won the last 3, and I definitely finished stronger. But there's no shame in that. Jordan Granham, a bigger man, lots of amateur experience, and well over 100 fights. I mean, there's no shame in that. And again, it's all learning, isn't it?
Is it made for a trilogy?
I mean, if he can make welterweight, because that's where I want to be campaigning, I'll fight anyone. But
because you're 1-on-1 at the minute with him.
I think having a trilogy with someone who considers himself a journeyman would be kind of a step in the wrong direction. I think I shouldn't be chasing trilogies with journeyman. I should focus on pushing towards titles.
Because if I thought you would want to try and revenge that defeat.
Again, if the weight was right, I'd love to fight him again. But I don't think he can make welter, and that is where I want to be boxing.
You've beaten him, so it's just. And you've got 1 win over him, so it's not like you've lost twice to him. So it's just
yeah, and that's it.
And then you had another tough guy, Justin Menzie, where you got your first stoppage win.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was basically my comeback fight, I guess you could call it. Weight was fair in this fight. Both coming in. I think I come in around 68.5 or something like that. He come in around 69. Weight was fair, and I was able to show what I could do against an opponent within my weight class. I was happy with my performance.
And you stopped him, and he doesn't get stopped often.
No.
So a big statement, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if I'm honest, I did not think you would stop him. I've seen you fight. I've seen him fight as well, but I just I didn't expect you to stop him, but you proved me wrong, and I'm not gonna doubt you this time round getting that stoppage.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, if I pile the pressure on, I can force a stoppage from the ref. So
Cause you're come forward fighter. You're the aggressor in the fight.
Yeah, very much so. That is my style. I want to be a bit more. More calculated.
Were you very happy with that performance because you got your first stoppage?
Yeah,
and you were topping the bill.
Yeah, exactly. To be honest with you, I needed the stoppage just because I was coming off a loss early in my career. Do you think
in boxing, it's made you stronger as a fighter?
I think it's just changed my look on boxing for the better. I think it's just made me realise that it's not all sunshine and rainbows like people think it is. You're going to have tough times and you're going to face adversity.
This will benefit you taking this defeat earlier in your career than later in your career.
Yeah, I believe so. Alec thinks so as well. Everyone around me thinks so. And
you're back on the right path, and now you're fighting. Is it more local, this fight for you?
Yeah, so this one I brought boxing back to South London, I guess you could say, to
You're
my
in
fans.
Tolworth
It's
because I've been
Tolworth, yeah.
to the last, I think, 3 or 4 Dean White shows, and he puts on great shows. Always a quality night.
Yeah, I'm very grateful to Dean White for giving me the opportunity to box on this show. It's been
Yeah,
nice to bring boxing closer to my home, my fans, and where everyone lives. So yeah, I am
and
excited to
you've
get out
got
there on Saturday.
a very, I wouldn't call him a journeyman. I would say he's an away fighter who carries lots of power. With I think he's got 20 something odd knockouts.
Yeah, Berman campaigned. I think he fought Burchell and he also fought Jorge Linares. So
Oh, he
he's
fights pretty much everyone at that weight.
yeah, but I mean Berman Sanchez, he's a smooth operator, he's slick. He's got 22 knockouts. So I know what he can do. I need
You
to
gotta
come in
be.
smart.
Are you gonna be coming in cautious, a little bit cautious?
I wouldn't. I would say I'm coming in calculated and more educated. I'm going to
Yeah.
try and put on a performance that, you know, is sensible. I want to show my boxing ability and I want to show what me and Alec have been working in the gym.
Mm-hmm. So were you not signed with Goodwin anymore?
I was never signed with Goodwin. I'm managed and trained by Alec. We just work closely with Goodwin and other promoters.
Oh, it's just. Oh, the only reason why I thought that is because your first, no, you fought, you fought twice on that on his show, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Because you
I
fought on a
thought,
TM 114 show as well, and Mo Pryor, I think the second one with Granham was not 100% sure.
yeah, the second 5 grand and that was a Mo Pryor show, Mo Pryor charity show in Westcliff.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, my other 2 fights were with Goodwin and one on TM14.
Because of course I thought you was meant to be fighting in the Peacock gym. What happened?
Yeah, just couldn't get a match, just couldn't get the right fight. Um, yeah, I was scheduled to box Richard Helm. He recently boxed Sonny Liston.
Oh yes,
Yeah, I was scheduled to box him, but he actually ended up getting stopped. So he
Sonny
was
did
out
not
for a
stop
month.
him. I didn't think.
No, Sonny didn't stop him. He boxed someone else. I don't know who it was that
Oh, I
stopped him,
think
but
it was
someone did.
Dom Hunt or somebody who
Potentially,
sanctioned
yeah,
champion.
potentially. Yeah, so that fight fell through,
That's a
unfortunately,
shame.
which it is a shame, but we started looking, we had the next one booked anyway, so we were training
Wait,
for
so was
that.
this
And
one always been booked in?
I was going to announce it after the Peacock show.
Oh,
Um,
so even if you did fight on that, you were still going to be fighting on this one.
that's right.
Ah, is this one 4 rounds or 6?
6 rounds. This one is 6 rounds.
Oh, okay. So it's just that you fought on your second fight 6, and then your last two have been 4. Well, scheduled for 4.
Funny story that the Justin Menzie fight was actually meant to be a 6 rounder. I only found out, I think it was the morning of or the night before, that it was actually a 4. Reason being, Menzie agreed a 4 rounder. He didn't know it was a 6.
Ah,
So yeah, big complication. But
you didn't
what
need
was
four
lucky about it,
rounds though.
didn't need the 4 rounds. Yeah, didn't need the 4 rounds. Jumped on him and managed to get him out of there. But big
Mm.
respect to Justin Menzie. He's a very tough man,
He
very
is,
lovely man as well.
yeah. And with Berman, what are you kind of expecting of Berman this week?
I'm expecting an experienced operator. This guy has probably seen everything in the ring. Um, I'm expecting a guy that knows his way around, and I'm expecting him to move a lot, and potentially get on his bike. But I'm ready for all areas when I box him on Saturday. I'm ready
You
for him to
believe you've
come and
got
have
to
a go.
box the best to your ability and not get overly aggressive with this one.
Definitely, definitely. I need to be smart. With 22 knockouts, he's a guy that you can't be unsafe with. You have to do
Mm-hmm.
everything
So
You have
have
to do
you
everything
been
smart.
sparring with your teammates? Like, have you been sparring Ray and Rod?
So I've been doing a lot of rounds with Rod. I've also
Because
been
he's
doing a
fighting
lot.
as well next week.
Yes, Rod's fighting on the top tier show, Johnny Clark's top tier show
Will you
in
be
Brentwood.
will you be going to that one?
I will try and make it to the Brentwood show. Yeah, I will. It's a very good show that Johnny Clark puts on. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'd love to
I'm
go.
going to that one and I'm going to your one as well.
Lovely. I'll see you there, mate. I'll see you there.
See you after your
Um,
big win.
that's it. That's it.
So how are you feeling? Because it's only is it the weigh-in tomorrow for you?
The weigh-in, yeah, the weigh-in could have been tomorrow or on the day where we've decided to go with a day weigh-in.
Yeah. All right. And is for all of your fights, have you weighed in on the day?
I have, yeah, I have. But because it's not championship weight, there's no need to have a day before weigh-in anyway. So we're comfortable with doing it on the day.
Fair enough. And of course, after I know you're not looking past Bowman, but after this one, how many more fights are you roughly trying to have for the rest of the year? Like maybe how many more?
I'd love to. I love being active because I'm always in the gym anyway. Like this is my lifestyle. So I would love to get out maybe 2 more times. But really, me and Alec, we want to sit down and we want to start. We want to start looking towards titles now. I feel like I'm a 10 round fighter. I
Oh,
feel like my style was
you
built for
think
10 rounds. So
you think you're ready for them?
I think I will be.
And what weight would you? And what? Sorry, I'll rephrase it because I'm muddling my words up. At what
That's all right, mate.
weight would you be competing for titles at?
I'm going to be competing for titles at welterweight. That would be my weight class. That would be
Yes.
best suited for me, I believe.
Who's the welterweight? I presume you'll go for the southern area first.
Yeah, if all
And
goes to plan, I'd
who's
love to.
who's the champion at the minute? Is that Jack Martin? Is it? No,
No,
that's
he's a super welter, I think.
hang on. Let me have a quick look. Hang on. Let me get this up.
I think it's vacant. I think
Oh,
it's
hang
being
on. I've
fought
seen
for.
somebody's been scheduled for it. Alfie Winter and Intabasi.
That's right.
Yes, they're fighting in July for it because it's been vacated.
That's right.
Yes.
That's
So
a fight I'll have
maybe
my
the
eye
back
on.
end of this year, maybe you could fight the winner. Who knows?
Who knows? That's a fight I'll have a close eye on, that's for sure.
Who do you think will win it?
To be honest with you, I haven't seen enough of both of them to call it, but
It's going to be a good fight, in my
it's
opinion.
going to be a very good fight. It's going to be a very good fight. I'm going to go with Alfie Winter. I think he's got more experience in the longer rounds. He fought Gravin Mendoza, I think, over
Yeah,
8, and he
yeah.
recently did a 10 rounder as well, I think. So I just think
I think
he's
he
going to be
has.
more
Yeah,
comfortable. He's going to be more comfortable in the longer round. So my bet is with him.
fair enough. And I'm just going to remain on the fence as I'm interviewing them both soon. So I'll just stay on the fence with that one.
Spoken like a true interviewer, mate. I like it.
Yes. Who do you think's gonna win between what's he called? I forgot what I was gonna say. Crawford and Spence.
Crawford and Spence. Oh, what a fight. So if I had that's something I'd love to sit on the fence for.
Hmm.
I think Crawford, pound for pound skill, that's the best. That's the best fighter in the world at the moment. The best boxer.
I would have said Spence, in my opinion, has got the more skill.
No, for me, Spence is the more physical
Slick.
specimen out of the two. I'd say Spence is gonna pressure him and try and make a fight out of it, get up close, and I
So
think
me and
Terence
you think
Crawford will
it's
be
gonna
looking
be
to
the
counter.
exact opposite fight.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think that a younger version of I think age will play a factor personally. You
Who's
can't beat
older?
Father Time. Terence Crawford is 37.
So are you saying Spence will beat him?
I think I think Spence will nick a win here. I do. I think it'll be a close
On
fight, but
points?
I think Spence. Yeah, I'm going to call Spence points.
I'm saying Crawford.
I would have said Crawford if the fight happened sooner, but it
So
hasn't.
if it
I
happened,
think
if it happened 2 years ago, who would have you said?
I would lean more towards Crawford if it happened 2 years ago.
So like
Um,
when Crawford beat, let me think, Kell Brook.
that was a great version of Crawford. That was a great version of Crawford, but yeah, I just think when it comes to age, you can't beat Father Time. I think you really can't.
But you never lose that power though.
Never lose that power, but you do lose your sharpness. And I think to be able to counter the way Crawford does, I think he's going to struggle to catch a young, fresh Errol Spence, who, by the way, is massive for the weight. So that's going to play a big factor, I think.
Well, we can argue about that all day, but we'll be here
I
until
think we could.
midnight. But it'll be a good fight, just put it that way. I think we can both agree on that.
100%. 100%.
Yes. And any like before I let you go, anything you want to say? Like just I don't know, shout out Match Alec or just anyone.
I'll give a quick mention to my sponsors. I'll actually shout out my sponsor. I've got Ashton Mechanical Services. I've got J Plum Services. I want to shout out Shangri-La Vapes, Jackson Scaffolding, and also my two fight sponsors for June the 10th. I just have to remind myself of them quickly, which are A Plus Properties and LC Group Surrey. Those are all my sponsors. I'd like to give them a shout out before we leave.
And I just want to say massive thank you for your time, Dean, and a massive good luck with the fight.
Thank you, Sam. It's good to finally get the interview with you, mate. And I'll see you on Saturday night.
I'll see you there, mate. Good luck.
Cheers, mate. Take care.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
pal.